Dave Umahi reacts after journalists ask if he can publish the approved EIA report before landmark demolition. Okay, and that is EIA means Environmental Impact Assessment. So David Umahi was like, because the woman was speaking more of a foreign English, but the David Umahi was like, sister, I grew up in the village, I schooled in the village, I know they understand phone. And people are like, see, when they want to do the evil they want to do, they will pretend not to be hearing good English. They will pretend to be village people. You school in the village, Abi. But when you travel abroad, you follow them to speak their English. But you come back here in your village, it's not English they used to teach you from primary one to secondary school to university, and it's not the same English you are using to woo foreign investors to come to Nigeria. But coming to a very pertinent question about environmental impact assessment on the coastal road, you are saying you don't understand English. Why you people? Yeah. So let's dive into the details. Here, David Mahir says, I don't understand Funel. I don't understand Funel. I school for village. I'm a village boy. Can you imagine? Okay, so the Minister of Works, David Umahi, has reacted after journalist Lila Johnson Salami asked him if he can publish the environmental impact assessment report that was approved by the Federal Ministry of Environment before Landmark Beach was demolished. Okay, can you imagine? So, and let's see what he's going to talk. Normally, before you start that kind of job, even not just the landmark property demolition alone, the coastal road all the way from Badagry to Cross River State, Calabar, they're supposed to do environmental impact assessment of that construction. How will it affect drainage? How will it affect the ecosystem? How will it affect access roads? How will it affect communities that have their businesses on fishing around the creeks and around the water? How will it interfere with pipelines? Oh my God. Because there's a problem here. By the time you start going into Edo State, Delta State, Bayelsa, Rivers, Akwa Ibom, and Cross Rivers, you are going to cross pipelines that brings petroleum product all the way from the ocean into the land terminals. How are you going to do all those beach crossings? How are you going to do it? How are you going to put your road on top of pipelines? How are you going to manage all of that? This thing not be joke. Oh. So all of this environmental impact assessment report would have been, assessment would have been done, and all risk assessments would have been taken care of in the project design risk assessment, and all how they're going to interfere with villages, with communities, with oil and gas pipelines and oil and gas facilities that are along the coast and along the tributaries of River Niger and along all of that. How are they going to do all of that? They didn't discuss it. That tells me that this project is not going to go anywhere. Anyway, let's go into the details again to see exactly what this lady is asking from Umahi and what Umahi is also saying. The Environmental Impact Assessment 1992, okay, Impact Assessment Act 1992 states that the EIA must be approved by the Federal Ministry of Environment before the commencement of any project except an exception has been given. He has no has an exception been given? Can we have a copy of the preliminary approval? Can you make it public to the media? However, in reaction to the demand of the journalist, Umar, he said he has the approval and everything is in order. Umar, he says, we are following due process. It is the federal government that usually gives the approval. We have the approval and everything is in order. Now, wow. So, but is that exactly what the people, what am I saying? Is that exactly what is needed? Can you provide it? He cannot prove he can provide it. That is the problem. He can't provide it. He just can't provide it. Okay, so Lila Johnson is of Arise News. No wonder he's asking detailed questions. Okay, and Dave Umahi is answering something different. That is the truth. What Dave Umahi is answering is obviously not correct. The truth is that environmental impact assessment is very, very critical. Project risk assessment is very, very critical. Everything to be for you to do that road, how many bridges, how many creeks, how many channels are you going to cross? How many villages are you destroying? How many oil and gas facilities along the channel are you going to destroy or interfere with or cross their path? How many roads are you going to access? In fact, drainage system from the community, is that not going to cause flooding? Because under normal condition, when rain falls, water should drain from inland through the coast into the Atlantic. So the question is, how are you going to handle all those drainages? Look at ordinary inland roads they do. They can't put ordinary gutter. So how are they going to do, how manage the drainage that we associated with this coastal road? All of those is environmental impact assessment will be able to take care of it. But unfortunately, in this matter, these guys are claiming that I've been given exception. But if you ask me, this project is just too massive to take an exception because it's going to cut across almost 6 states: Lagos, Ondo, Edo, that is 3, Delta, Bayelsa, Rivers, that is 6, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, that is 8 states, 8 coastal states. Okay, so that project is going to be so massive for you to manage using an exception. The exception, if you are managing an exception, what will exception consider? What about the risk associated? Okay, so all of these things put together, environmental impact assessment will treat them in details. What is the role of Standard Organization of Nigeria? What is the role of Nigerian Society of Engineers? What is the role of Federal Ministry? All the ministries that are associated, especially Ministry of Environment. Eh? Because this is going to cause flooding. This is going to cause huge economic impact. What about tourism ministry? Because tourism ministry should come and express their concern. Okay, apart from Ministry of Works and Ministry of Environment, the Ministry of Tourism is supposed to also come out and explain, or as all the ministries that will be affected, all of them are supposed to come out. What about the inland waterways transport? What are all the shippings that will connect with the port authorities? How is that going to affect them? So there are several ministries that are going to be affected. All of that, all the stakeholders will come together and say, this your coastal road is going to affect my ministry here. This one will see to affect my ministry here. This one will see to affect my ministry here. And at the end of the day, everybody will bring up their issues, and then the risk assessment or the project design and risk assessment will take care of all of that with the mitigations and controls in place. They haven't done all of that. And the environmental impact assessment will not be complete without a complete risk assessment report. That is what we're saying. So where is that risk assessment report? Now we understand. In fact, this guy is something else, I tell you, because now he was telling the woman, the Arise News anchor, Johnson Salami, that he does not understand English, he does not understand Fune, he's a village boy, he grew up from village. When they want to do something bad, they will pretend to be novice. Okay, but the same English you are going to use to go to America, go to Saudi Arabia, go to everywhere to woo foreign investors looking for foreign direct investment. Okay, but now they're asking you pertinent questions around the project and handling, and you are saying that you don't understand English. That is crazy, man. So thank you for listening, and let's have a comment.